Hey, what's going on everyone? Just wanted to bring a quick video showcasing my new PC build that I did last weekend. And I decided to sell my other PC build and went with this one and went with all new parts and everything. And so I just want to show you what I did with the build, what parts I went with, and my overall impressions after using it for a week. Alright, so let's go ahead and real quick talk about the outside of the case before I go ahead and take off the glass and show the inside. But again, I went with the Phanteks Eclipse P400 case. I went with the red and black theme. The one thing I really like about this case is that it's a tempered glass side. Really shows off the whole inside of the case. So if you're one that really likes to try to show off the components that you went with, this is a great case for that. I am really enjoying that. Tried to stick with the red and black theme in there. Make sure it's all nice and pretty. Really does show off. I got some LED lighting in there as well. Especially lights up at night, looking great. But overall, I am really enjoying this case. I had a NZXT H440 previously in my previous build. It was a little bit bigger than this case. So the challenge I had with this case when I was building is on the back side with the cable management. It was a little bit tighter of a space to keep all the cables, but I was able to do it. It just wasn't as easy as my last build, but I was able to get the cover on. On the front side is a panel, and behind this panel I got two 120 SP120 fans pulling air in. There are filters on this on the bottom side here, as well as in that slot there, so that you can minimize the dust coming in, which is great. You can take that off and wash them out. On the top, I got two AF120 fans pushing air out. The case does come with these filters as well as two solid covers, so if you're not going to use that spot, you can put the solid cover on for some sound deadening. Your typical power button comes with two USB 3.0, headphone, mic jack, excuse me, as well as three buttons for a reset, LED light control, and a fan control. So again, this was a Phanteks Eclipse P400 case. Overall impressions, I am really enjoying this case, especially the glass side. It is pretty quiet, and I just really enjoy this case. So let's go ahead and talk about the inside. I'm going to turn this computer sideways, take off the glass, and I will show you what I went with on the inside. Alright, so I got the glass cover off to show off the inside here, and I'll talk about the parts that I went with. I continued on with the red and black theme on the inside. As you can tell here, I got red and black braided cabling going to my GPU, as well as my 24 pin up there. I added an additional red LED lighting strip up there. Actually, you can change the different colors. I just have it set to red. And I put the red rings on my Corsair fans here. I got three Corsair Airflow 120 fans pulling air out here. So they're quiet. They're the quiet edition, so they're really quiet when I'm sitting here playing. No issues. So I went with a MSI Z. Oh, I'm sorry, not Z. Z270 motherboard. It's a Gaming 5 series. It's a solid motherboard. I had on my previous build the Z97 Gaming 5 motherboard. No issues. I had it for years, and so I went with the same thing here. Great motherboard. No issues at all. You can see that they kind of stepped away from their red and black theme on it. It's just strictly black now, and which might be good for those that are trying to do something different than a red and black. Maybe going just a different color, and it can go with pretty much any type of build that you're going with. For the chip, I went with an i5-7600k. I felt no need to go with the 7700k. I do just gaming and school on here. No video editing, stuff like that. So I felt that was good enough and put the money into other parts of this build. Cooling it, I went with the NZXT Kraken X52 all-in-one liquid cooler. The problem I had with this case is you cannot mount the radiator up there along with two fans. There's just not enough space when it hits the motherboard. So I mounted it to the front, which is not a problem. I just have it pulling the air through SP120 fans through the radiator into the case, and then the three fans just pull it out. So no issues. It worked out very well, and there is plenty of room if you want to go with a bigger radiator as well. So, and I love the cooling block on here. NZXT really did a nice job with this. You can change the LED color effects, and as well as the effects. You can have solid, or I got this rotating theme here, and it changes between red and white. But you can set all kinds of different color patterns, everything. Awesome cooler. I went with Corsair DDR4 16 gigabytes red LED RAM, sticking with that red LED lighting theme. So no issues with that. Solid so far. Enjoying it. For my GPU, I got an MSI GTX 1080, 8 gigabytes. This came actually out of my previous build. I took that out and then sold my other PC. And this was kind of a little bit of a factor why I went with red and blacks, because this is a red and black GPU, so I just wanted to stick with that. But I love the GTX 1080 because I play at 1440p and it is a solid 1440p graphics card. Underneath the shroud here, I got an EVGA 750 watt platinum power supply, modular. No problems with that. It runs great, quiet, and I like this case because it does have the shroud on here, so you don't see all the cables and everything like that behind this cover. Works great. I installed my operating system on a Samsung 250 gigabyte SSD, which is mounted on the back side, and I have a crucial 525 gigabyte M.2 down here that I have as my game drive. So all my games go on there, as well as a Western Digital 1 terabyte black drive that I put all my documents and pic screenshots and videos and stuff like that on there. Alright, so that's the build. That's everything I went with. Had it now for a little over a week and enjoying it very much. I have no regrets with this build at all. If you are looking at building a PC anytime soon, I would definitely recommend checking out those parts, and I'll make sure to have them linked in the description, so you can check them out. But no issues so far. Runs very well. Performance is great when playing games on there. No regrets at all. So thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions at all, hit me up. Have a good day.